It's exactly a week since one of the biggest, supposedly most stable cryptocurrencies took a massive tumble.
Is this the Lehman moment for crypto? That's the question some in the industry are now asking.
The global cryptocurrencies market lost more than half of its value. That's more than $1 trillion, not small change at all.
Never blindly throw your money into the crypto whirlwind thinking you'll get rich quick. Most people lose their shirts because they skip understanding the absolute basics of what they're buying. You've heard the crazy stories, right? The overnight millionaires, the devastating crashes, the digital art selling for fortunes. But what actually is Bitcoin? And are all those other coins, the altcoins, just a massive online casino? Stick around, because in the next few minutes, you're going to finally understand the core of crypto and learn how to tell if something's a potential game changer or just digital dust. Let's start at square one, cryptocurrency. Imagine digital money. That's the simplest way to think about it. But it's not like the numbers in your online bank account. Most cryptocurrencies are designed to be secure, and this is a big one. They often don't need a bank or a payment company in the middle. It's like sending money directly to a friend, even if they're across the world, without asking a bank for permission. Now, the king of this new digital money world is Bitcoin, often just called BTC. You've definitely heard of it. Bitcoin was introduced to the world back in 2009 by a mysterious person or group called Satoshi Nakamoto. Nobody knows who Satoshi really is, which is kind of a cool story in itself. Satoshi wanted to create a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. That means a way for people to send money online directly to each other without a bank or company like PayPal taking a cut or telling you what you can and can't do. So how does Bitcoin work its magic without banks? The core technology is called the blockchain. Picture a giant shared digital spreadsheet that everyone using Bitcoin has a copy of. Every time someone sends or receives Bitcoin, that transaction gets written down on this spreadsheet. These transactions are grouped into blocks, and once a block is full of transactions, it gets added to the chain, hence blockchain. It's like adding a new page to a ledger book that everyone can see. What makes it super secure is that once a page, a block, is added, it's incredibly hard to change. Thousands of computers around the world work together to verify these transactions and add new blocks. This process is often called mining. Miners use powerful computers to solve complex math problems. The first one to solve it gets to add the next block to the blockchain, and as a reward, they get some newly created Bitcoin. This is how new Bitcoins are born and how the network stays secure and honest. It's decentralized, meaning no single person, company, or government controls it. Bitcoin is often called digital gold because, like gold, there's a limited supply. Only 21 million Bitcoin will ever exist. This scarcity is one reason people see it as a store of value, a place to park their money, hoping it will hold or increase its worth over time. Okay, so that's Bitcoin, the original gangster. But then you hear about thousands of other cryptocurrencies. These are collectively known as altcoins, which is short for alternative coins. Basically, any cryptocurrency that isn't Bitcoin is an altcoin. Why do so many exist? Well, some developers looked at Bitcoin and thought, that's cool, but we can make it better or make it do different things. So altcoins were born, each with its own twist or purpose. There are now over 20,000 different altcoins, which is just mind-boggling. They aren't all trying to be digital money like Bitcoin. Many have very different goals. For example, Ethereum, ETH, is probably the most famous altcoin. Think of Ethereum not just as money, but as a giant global computer that anyone can use to build and run decentralized applications, or dApps. It uses something called smart contracts. Imagine a vending machine. You put in money, crypto, and it automatically gives you a soda, a digital service or asset. A smart contract is like that, but for all sorts of agreements. They are just programs stored on a blockchain that run when predetermined conditions are met. This has opened the door for things like NFTs, non-fungible tokens, unique digital collectibles, and DeFi, decentralized finance, which aims to rebuild traditional financial services like lending and borrowing, but on the blockchain without banks. Then you have utility tokens. These tokens give you access to a specific product or service. For example, Filecoin, FIL, aims to create a decentralized storage network where people can rent out their unused computer storage space and get paid in FIL. The token is used to pay for this storage. And of course, you can't talk about altcoins without mentioning meme coins. Coins like Dogecoin, Doge, or Shiba Inu, Shibi, started as internet jokes, often based on popular memes. They usually don't have a strong underlying technology or a real-world problem they're trying to solve. Their value is often driven by online communities, social media hype, and sometimes tweets from famous people. These can be incredibly risky because their prices can swing wildly based on sentiment alone. There are also stablecoins like Tether, USDT, or USD Coin, USDC. These are designed to have a stable price, usually pegged one-to-one with a traditional currency like the US dollar. People use them to trade other cryptos or to hold value without being exposed to the wild volatility of coins like Bitcoin. But here's the big flashing warning sign. With thousands upon thousands of these altcoins popping up, how on earth do you figure out which ones might have real potential and which are just, well, digital garbage or outright scams? It's like walking through a massive flea market. There are some hidden gems, but there's also a lot of junk. The sheer number of choices is overwhelming, and the technical jargon, gas fees, staking, yield farming, airdrops, it's enough to make anyone's head spin. Many are lured in by promise of quick riches, only to see their money disappear. So, how do you even begin to evaluate these things? It's not just about a cool name or a flashy website. What truly gives a cryptocurrency value, if any? For Bitcoin, its value comes from being the first, its strong security, its limited supply, and its growing adoption as digital gold. People trust it because it's been around the longest and has a huge decentralized network. For altcoins, the value proposition should come from what they do. Does the project solve a real-world problem? Is there a clear use case for its token? For Ethereum, its value is tied to its ability to run smart contracts and host dApps and NFTs. The more people build on and use Ethereum, the more valuable its token, ETH, could become. For a utility token, its value is linked to the demand for the service it provides. If no one wants decentralized storage, then a token for decentralized storage might not be very valuable. You also need to look at the team behind the project. Are they experienced? Do they have a clear roadmap? Is the project transparent? Who is the community around it? A strong, active community can be a good sign, but a community based purely on when Lambo, meaning, when will this coin make me rich enough to buy a Lamborghini, might be a red flag. Many new altcoins are launched through something called an initial coin offering, ICO, or a pre-sale, where people can buy tokens before they're listed on major exchanges, often at a lower price. While some legitimate projects use this method, it's also been a playground for scams. Unrealistic promises of guaranteed high returns, anonymous teams, no clear product, and super aggressive marketing with very little substance. These are all giant red flags. If it sounds too good to be true, in the crypto world, it almost certainly is. So here's the big secret, the aha moment, if you will. Bitcoin is like the internet's foundational layer for digital value, a bit like TCP/IP is for data. It's the bedrock. Altcoins, on the other hand, are like the countless websites, apps, and services built on top of or alongside the internet. Each one is trying to do something unique, serve a different purpose, or improve on what came before. Some of these altcoin projects might genuinely innovate and create incredible new technologies or services that change how we interact with the digital world, much like how Amazon changed shopping or Google changed information access. However, a vast majority of them will likely fade away, becoming the crypto equivalent of that forgotten GeoCities page you made back in 1999, a curious relic of early enthusiasm. The challenge and the opportunity lies in trying to figure out which is which. To wrap it all up, Bitcoin is the original cryptocurrency, often seen as a store of value, like digital gold, secured by a powerful decentralized network and a limited supply. Altcoins are everything else, a massive, diverse universe of thousands of other cryptocurrencies. Some, like Ethereum, offer new functionalities like smart contracts, enabling a whole ecosystem of applications. Others are focused on specific utilities, while some are purely speculative, like many meme coins. And, of course, stablecoins try to offer a bit of price stability in this volatile market. The most important takeaway from all this is that you absolutely must do your own research, often called DYOR in the crypto space, before even thinking about putting any money into any cryptocurrency. This video is just a tiny scratch on the surface to give you a basic understanding. The crypto world is exciting, and it might be shaping parts of our future, but it's also incredibly risky and complex. Understanding the fundamental difference between Bitcoin and the various types of altcoins, and knowing them or doesn't give them value, is your very first step to navigating this space safely and smartly. Don't just follow the hype, try to understand the purpose. For more videos like this on understanding the real money world, make sure to subscribe and turn the bell notification on.